Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the best 1 million coin squad on FC26. This team is built for the new patch, but also because of the drop of the market as it is right now. Prices are low, the meta has changed, and this team gives you crazy value for the coins. Let's jump right into today's video. So starting off from the back, we will be playing with the best cheap goalkeeper in this year's game. It's going to be Mamardashvili, Giorgio Mamardashvili from Liverpool. An amazing keeper, my favorite keeper in this year's game, especially for value of coins. I bought him for 14,000 coins, needs to be playing around 150 games for me. Compare price, he's around 5, even cheaper than 5k on the market, and it's an absolute bargain to have in that. Why is he so good then? As I always explaining with Mamardashvili, 6'6", super tall, and also some very good play styles in terms of far throw, footwork, and cross claimer. Fantastic keeper, and you definitely need to get your hands on this guy. He's an absolute beast in goal, and also pretty good links being in the Premier League. And then jumping into the right hand side, we will be playing with a player that I think is pretty hyped in this year's game, and it also links very well with Mamardashvili, of course, and it's going to be Jeremy Frimpong. 94 pace, 72 defending, 63 physique. The only unfortunate thing with Frimpong, if you look at playstyles first of all, is that he doesn't have the greatest defending playstyles. The slide tackle playstyle doesn't really make sense to have on a card, I don't think, as we're not really using the slide tackle a lot, even though it's really annoying to play against these players that do. But I think it's just way too risky to use that. And also, only 72 defending, 63 physique, not the greatest stats. The good thing though about his card, he's good on the ball. 84 dribbling, adding onto that card will be a very good attacking fullback, even though I would actually play him on a fullback defend with my 4-5-1 tactics that I posted last week. So check them out to get the exact tactics for this team. Jumping into the center back duo then, we will be playing with PSG duo, and it will be Marquinhos playing on the right hand side. I think probably the most used center back in the game, I think, amongst pros at least, is definitely. And we will play with his partner in crime, actually being left-footed, and I like that. Having a right-footed center back and a left-footed center back, it's nice. We will be playing with William Pacho, who I think actually became better off the patch because of the bruiser playstyle being even better. If you look at Pacho, first of all, he has bruiser in goal, of course. You need to use advanced defending to be able to use the bruiser. We have jockey plus, not jockey, normal jockey, block, and also anticipate on his card. Unfortunately, no intercept, who I think is a really good playstyle on this game to have for center backs, but unfortunately not. But for Marquinhos, we still managed to have then intercept in goal, but unfortunately no block. So it's like, you don't really have one center back that's clear of everyone else, but this duo with Marquinhos and Pacho together will do you very well. And also, as I said, with chemistry, they both help each other out really well with being from PSG. And then we will even use one more player from PSG in this team, and it will be Nuno Mendes, who has an unreal card this year. I think he is the best left back in the game after Ivo Theo Hernandez with Jockey. I think Ivo Theo Hernandez with Jockey could be an absolute beast. If you look at Nuno Mendes though, Jockey, anticipate, ping pass, with pass, rapid, and also quick step in goal. But this pinged pass from the wingback is really good. To be able to go out wide to Nuno Mendes, you can either find a driven pass or a ping pass, then basically the same, into the middle with accuracy and also way more speed. Or even if you want to go to the winger, it's actually a really helpful playstyle to use for fullbacks. A very underrated playstyle that you guys should definitely take into consideration when you pick your teams. Anyway, this is going to be the defensive line with Mamardashvili, Frimpong, Nuno Mendes, and Marquinhos, and Pacho locking it down for you in defense. Starting off from the left hand side, we will be playing with, in my opinion, the fastest player that I've been playing with in this year's game, and it's going to be Salma Paraloeo. And yes, if you have a bit more coins, you should be able to go for Salma Paraloeo special card. But I decided now, as this team is going to be around 1 million coins, a bit cheaper actually right now with the market, I decided to put her gold card into the team. Mainly because she has finesse shot, she has game changer, so she can perform trivelas, also manages like technical, which doesn't really matter a lot now off the patch, but then also quick step. But also a fact that you guys should take into consideration is that I personally love to play left-footed players on the left-hand side and right-footed players on the right-hand side. Why is that? Because I think it's easier to shoot across goal this year with the aim with precision shooting. I personally have a way easier time scoring these, and also if I don't really get the angle with Paraloeo, I can still use the trivela to her advantage because she, as I said, managed to have game changer in white. So Salma Paraloeo starts on the right hand side. If we're then jumping into the right hand side, then we will be playing with a player. I'm going to go a bit against myself because I'm actually going to play with a left-footed player on the right, and it's going to be Mohamed Salah, who I think actually became better off the patch. Yamal, I think, got a bit patched. Yes, I could have put Nico Williams in here, but I still think Salah is actually better to be able to play a 4-5-1. Maybe it's in form. If we even have coins for that, would be great. Anyway, finesse shot gold, low driven, game changer, inventive, whipped pass, first touch, and technical. Very, very good card. And once you get into the box with this guy, you can just finesse shot spam as much as you can, because I also think that finesse shots after the patch is even better and even more accurate, and they try to basically fly into the net most of the time. They tend to do that. So Salah and Paraloyo will be on the wingers, and then we're jumping into the flat midfield 3, and it's going to be 3 very, very high players. First of all, as a right CM, as the attacking midfielder, we will have Bonmami, who recently went up in price quite a lot, and I think that's because they are saying that they will revert back the R1 dribbling to what it was before. And we all know how good Bonmati was before, right, with the R1 dribbling. The central center midfielder will be Frankie de Jong's gold card, who I actually played loads of games with, and the left CM will be Tejani Reinders. And yes, this is going to be a super, super sweaty team. I know. But in general, this team is really good. As I said, I think this is the best 1 million coin team you could get. Starting with Bonmati, and obviously, she managed just to have incisive ping, tiki-taka, inventive, low driven, first touch, and technical gold. And the most important thing here is that she manages to have incisive and tiki-taka. These are the 2 key playstyles. But also, I think that's really good for the attacking midfielder that will be playing as a playmaker, is that she manages to have low driven in wide. So even if she gets into the opportunities to score, we can actually rely on the low driven going into the back of the net. De Jong will be playing as a deep line playmaker on the fan. And once again, the 2 most important playstyles for the 3 center midfielders is basically incisive and tiki-taka. And De Jong manages to even have tiki-taka and gold, which is even better because his first time passes will be pretty much insane. De Jong then, a very good player going back and forth, obviously defending, but also attacking, and overall a very solid player. Then left CM will be the box-to-box midfielder, who's going to play on box-to-box, and it will be Tejani Reinders, and I decided to go with Reinders as the box-to-box midfielder over De Jong, mainly because he also has finesse shot in white that we can use in front of goal, but also he has way better shooting than what De Jong has. De Jong has 71 shooting, Tejani Reinders manages to have 79. So that kind of extra 8 shooting stat, but also adding on to this finesse shot, is definitely making the difference for me, and made it pretty clear that Reinders should be the box-to-box midfielder and Frankie de Jong should be on deep line playmaker defend. And then obviously, it's not hard to guess who will be playing as a striker. It's the most sweaty card of all time. It's the best gold card I think that I've ever played with in any FC or FIFA. She's even better than Ben Yedder back in the days. It's Claudia Pina, basically the fidget spinner. And yes, this team has 27 chem without a trainer, but I reckon you could get this team up to 30 or even 29, maybe 29 to 30 chemistry with a manager, of course. Anyway, Claudita Pina, finesse shot, dead ball, low driven in gold, game changer, incisive tiki-taka, and also technical. And this is going to be a through ball team. We have our 3 midfielders managers to have tiki-taka and incisive, and if we look at Pina again, she also has incisive and tiki-taka. So we will be playing for a lot of through balls with this team, and overall this team is very solid. You have the defensive structure with 2 really good center backs, but also 2 very quick fullbacks. You have kind of the through ball options with Salma and Salah just running in behind, both of them being very fast. You have the 3 center midfielders that are really good, all of them with going back and forth, but also manages to have tiki-taka and incisive, so you can just play first time passes even though the gameplay is in the mud. And also for Pina, you can decide to, if you're inside the box with her, to either use a finesse or a low driven, or if you want to play for the through balls early up in build up, you can decide to do that as well with her incisive and tiki-taka. And that's the squad, and it's easily the best 1 million coin squad you can get in the game right now. With the market being down, it's the perfect time to build this team and dominate in rivals and weekend league. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below whatever you rate this team from 1 to 10, and also don't forget to subscribe, as we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. That would be much appreciated if you guys could drop a subscribe. Thank you, chat, and I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Thank you for today, boys. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.